Ripple got a partial win in lawsuit against SEC, and its price pretty much doubled within few hours from that moment. Within 24 hours, Bitcoin price decreased to original value before this news, and XRP price decreased for around 25%. So what's next? Is this a pullback before another leg up, or this is just a start of a downtrend? Stay tuned. Hello guys, my name is Željko and welcome to Crypto Grid. So if you look into the XRP news, we can pretty much read that the sale of Ripple XRP tokens on exchanges and truth algorithms did not constitute investment contracts, but the institutional sales of the token did violate federal securities laws. After this news came out, XRP, Stellar, Solana, and few other tokens that were before announced as securities increase in price in between 20 and 30% mainly. And what this means for the crypto industry actually. Even though it's a partial win, this pretty much allows retail investors to continue investing in these assets, and that's the reason why many exchanges decided to list XRP again. And yeah, there are some conditions that they want to see the demand from the people that they actually want to trade these tokens. But if you just look into the trading volume was like 15x in comparison that it normally gets. So besides just talking about XRP, I wanted to go through a few charts to show you some interesting facts which I realized in the last 24 hours. So the first thing that I wanted to discuss today is total market cap, and we can see that even though Bitcoin price reached new local high and we had a surge of many altcoins, actually the total market cap remained under 1.24 trillion, which is pretty much a resistance, which we didn't manage to break it. And even the opposite, just one day later we pretty much got a huge pullback, as you can see here. In my opinion, this is not a good sign because we can pretty much see that we don't have an inflow of new capital and we don't have an inflow of new investors. It's pretty much the assets circulating around and people transferring from one asset to another. The best place to see that is if we look into the Bitcoin dominance. Even though we saw a pullback yesterday and like the day after, just pretty much the third day, even though the total Bitcoin dominance when we include stablecoins is not increasing, the Bitcoin dominance when we include stablecoins started increasing again. And one other factor that supports that idea pretty much is if we take a look into the funding rates, we can see that the funding rate for Bitcoin went pretty much in a negative territory, which is usually a bullish sign. But if you look into the funding rate of overall market, it's highly positive. It usually signalizes that we're gonna have a further pullback before we have another leg up possibly. Also, we can see that we experienced a lot of liquidations in this area, liquidations of the longs, and here we had some liquidations of the shorts as well. Another thing that is really important to look into is the XY or US dollar index, and pretty much once we look into the chart, we can see that we're creating lower high, a lower low, lower high, and another lower low. And pretty much at this point, the US dollar index is pretty much falling off the cliff. And even though it's usually a bullish sign in a short time frame for both S&P 500, crypto, Bitcoin, pretty much, if we look into a wider picture, it's not a very bullish sign for the macroeconomic perspective. And if we fall below this line of $96, the next strong support is pretty much at $90. And this wouldn't be a very great scenario, and it's the area we don't want to go into. So if we get a further pullback, I would expect a continuation of the uptrend for Bitcoin. But if we bounce off this support, this could cause a pullback in crypto markets as well. If you look into the Bitcoin price action, we can see that we're pretty much trading within this channel for a while. And honestly, that's not a very bullish in my opinion, especially if you look into the longer time frame. And we can see if we take a look into the RSI, we are pretty much creating bearish divergence because we got slightly higher prices here, but the RSI is getting lower and lower. The good thing is that that's not supported with the volume because the volume is still increasing which is a good sign. Now it's really difficult, and in my opinion, I'm staying away of the markets. And yeah, I miss this move, but sometimes it's better to stay out of markets, wait for good opportunity, than to expose yourself to some unnecessary risk, especially at the moments when you can't rate what's the percentage to go up and what's the percentage to go down. Usually you want to have some kind of advantage that you're at least 60-65% certain that the market would go in some direction and that you have a valid thesis behind it. One thing that I'm looking for is if we get to 28.2k, I would probably start opening long positions. All of these trades I'm posting in my Telegram group, and you can look it up in the description below, so please consider joining. If you look into the XRP chart and if you look at the yesterday's price action, we can see that pretty much the price went like 99.8% up, which means that the price pretty much doubled. And now we had a 25% pullback and we are holding a support at 0.7. So one of the possible scenarios is like taking a support there and going again to maybe even $1. Or if we get a pullback of overall market, I would expect us to hold a support somewhere at this area, maybe even higher, and then to take another leg up. Honestly, I'm not a super fan of XRP. I'm excited about this event that happened, but overall I think the issuance rate is pretty high and that there is much more tokens in circulation than there was previously. So looking at risk-reward ratio of XRP in comparison to even Ethereum, which is the second coin of coin market cap, I know that many will dislike to hear that, but I am more in favor of Ethereum, and currently I think Bitcoin is a way to go because I expect Bitcoin dominance to continue rising because of the things that I mentioned in this video. There is a possibility that I am wrong and that if we take a look into the Bitcoin dominance, now we are seeing a pullback and maybe there is a small possibility that we see an altcoin rally, but that wouldn't be a long-lasting one because obviously people are uncertain about the markets, and like in the real bull run, the news like this would pretty much increase the price of Bitcoin at least 10, 12, 15% or something like that. And we saw just a small increase in price of Bitcoin, which pretty much got reversed within 24 hours. Now I feel that we are still in the markets where a lot of people trade with super high leverage, and there are many people that will get liquidated both on a longs and short side, and I don't expect the start of the bull market until we pretty much clear the whole portfolios of these people, unfortunately. This is the main reason why I try to promote spot trading as much as possible, especially in these situations, because on spot trade you can always wait for good opportunity, and even if the price continues going down, you can stay at unrealized loss for some time, and at the end you will be in the profits, especially if you focus on Bitcoin or some higher positioned alts. And that's also the reason why I suggest people not to focus on super small caps, especially until we see a good signal that the bull market is actually starting, that we have a stronger macro environment and not just people transferring from one asset to another. One thing that pretty much proves that is if you look into the stable coins. I know that I'm showing this chart pretty often, but I think this is important, and this could be a sign that we're gonna have something really bad going on, because the supply of BUSD is going down consistently and people are saying that it's FUD, but I can see more and more bad news and videos about Binance. And yeah, if you watch the video how I got hacked, obviously I'm not a fan of Binance, but I'm aware that this will create a big problem for the whole crypto industry, and it will be very difficult to recover if something like that happens. So pretty much I'm sitting on a side waiting for further pullback to go in, and that will be either Bitcoin, either some higher cap alts, or I'm waiting that we finally break the area of 32k and that we hold the support. Otherwise, if we get a false breakout and we fall below it, that would be maybe a good sign to short the markets. So again, I hope that you have enough patience to go through this period, because it will be something that will determine the people that will make 5-10x during the next bull run, in comparison to ones that will barely make even or get in trouble to even return all their money that they lost during this bear market. So I hope that you liked the video. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing. Stay strong and healthy. Bye.